This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Dore Copper, Mr. Ernest Mast. Ernie, how are you today?
Very good, Gerardo. How are you?
I am well, sir. Thank you for asking. The last time you and I spoke, we talked about step-out drilling, extending the Corner Bay mineralization by 125 meters. Back in September, I believe, you intersected 6.45 meters of 4.1% copper and 0.38 grams per ton gold. It's December. It's near the end of the year. The copper market is on fire. It sits right at the 355 level as I speak. You're drilling, and you just announced a private placement, which I believe you had to increase to 5.98 million from the original 5 million that you had announced. Is that accurate?
That's correct. Yes.
Walk me through how the drilling is coming along and walk me through what you anticipate for 2021. Because I know that, from subscribers and our audience that has written in, 2021 is going to be a critical year for a lot of copper companies. And with the infrastructure advantage the company possesses, I have to believe you're excited about 2021.
We're really looking forward to the upcoming year. Since we last spoke, we did a drill program at the Joe Mann property, which is a high-grade gold property that we have. We're currently waiting on assays. We did drill 4 different areas of the mine. Some of them were past producing areas, and the other 2 areas were never in production, but there were some historical intercepts that we felt needed to be followed up on. So we're currently waiting on those assets. Regarding Corner Bay, we've just returned to drilling that property towards at the beginning of December, and we'll start off our program in 2021 drilling the Corner Bay deposit. The deposit currently sits at 3 million tons at a grade of nearly 3.5% copper, making it one of the highest grade copper deposits in North America. And the drilling that we're planning on doing is going to continue with our very successful strategy of drilling these step-out holes, because the deposit, which is a shear-hosted vein deposit, the deposit's open in many directions. So we've been focusing on the south side of the deposit, where we had a great amount of success during 2020. We're currently now going to look to drill the north side of the deposit, where there is a resource in place, but it's a relatively small one. And we have reasons to believe that the resource kind of twins what we see on the southern area, where there's definitely a big mineralized zone. And so we're looking to replicate that on the north.
You're working towards a PEA, and you have a stated goal to have a profitable hub and spoke operation of 100,000 ounces of gold equivalent per year production, or 60 million pounds copper equivalent. Walk us through why 2021 is going to be critical for the company and for shareholders as it relates to you arriving at that goal and getting closer to that, right?
Correct. We are looking forward to commencing the program for 2021. And the reason why it's going to be such a key year is that with the additional drilling that we're doing at Corner Bay, we'll be determining a new resource estimate for the Corner Bay deposit. And since Corner Bay is the cornerstone deposit in our company, it's going to make up a big part of the PEA. In addition, we will get results from the Joe Mann property. And that's going to be a really nice complementary deposit to Corner Bay. And in order for us to reach that goal of 100,000 ounces per year of gold equivalent, or 60 million pounds per year of copper equivalent, we do need to sequence other mines through the mill in addition to Corner Bay.
Can you explain for people that may be new to the story, that are looking for quality exposure to copper and gold? Can you explain the infrastructure advantage that you have? Because it's pretty significant. I think it's underappreciated.
Yes, it is. The assets are located around the town of Chibougamau, Quebec, which is 300 miles north of Montreal, with all year round road access. And we have a 2,700 ton per day mill that operated from the 1950s up until 2008. And that mill essentially treated ores from the district in the past. It would use a process of Dore recovery via gravity and then flotation. And that's how we named the company Dore Copper, because we would produce Dore via gravity and then the copper in the flotation concentrates. And so having a mill like that, which can treat these different ores, is a great advantage. The mill is close to the town of Chibougamau, so we're not going to be a remote camp operation. We'll be an operation where people will commute home every night, which is another great opportunity. And the mill site essentially is complete. So there's an office complex, a lab, warehousing, and of course the mill. And there's a 25 megawatt power line to the mill. So there's also a tailings facility that still has 8 million tons of capacity left. So we really see we have all the ingredients in place for a restart. Now, when we restart the mill, it won't be as simple as just flicking the switch. There's some work to be done on some of the equipment, but it's really minimal compared to the cost of having to build a new facility.
Given the copper and gold strength, I have to believe that your phone has rang in regards to potential joint ventures. Is that something that the company is entertaining, or is this a goal that you have that you would rather go at yourself?
I think we're flexible to any alternative. Currently, with the financing going on, we're definitely going to be fully financed to get through the PEA and do some additional drilling on top of that. And our position is, if we can, as we can take it by ourselves back into a production position, that leaves our options open and makes us more flexible going forward. But if someone was to knock on the door, we would definitely entertain JV opportunities.
You mentioned the financing. Walk me through the share structure, because it's a very, very tight one.
Correct. So current share count is 31.6 million shares. And with this financing, we'll be adding another 8 to 9 million shares. So the share count will still be around the 40 million shares upon closing the financing. The float of the company is currently at approximately 40%, and that's going to increase to about 45% after the current financing. So the stock is still tightly held. However, one really good piece of news for the company and for shareholders is that we've seen a large increase in liquidity over the last month or so. And this is as a result of the increased copper price and the increased focus on the company. So, and as you know, liquidity sometimes begets more liquidity, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So we trade on the TSX-V. However, we're now trading also on the OTC under the symbol DRCMF, and we've really seen a large increase in liquidity on the OTC as well. So just to let potential investors know that this is now quite a liquid stock, and it's one of the strongest names in the junior copper explorer developer world.
You have grade, you have infrastructure, a good solid share structure. You have the PEA upcoming and assays pending, along with the financing for nearly 6 million Canadian. A lot to like there, Ernie. I want to wish you a very, very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, have a great New Year, and please stay safe.
Yes, thank you. And the same to yourself and to your listeners. Today's the winter solstice, so we're also getting over, or we're in the portion of the year now where the days get a little longer, and we're also hoping that we also see the light at the end of the tunnel with the COVID situation, with a vaccine in play now, and hope everyone takes care prior to getting their vaccine.
Agreed. Thanks again, Ernie. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.